The Bechtloff Saturday night live stream will not be seen tonight so that we may bring you this special report. Recently, an enigmatic group has emerged on the internet. The exact nature of this group is mysterious and opaque. Some say that it's merely a multi-level marketing scheme. Some say it's just a bunch of faggots LARPing on the internet. Some say it's a dark pagan cult. The group itself claims to have the keys to saving Western civilization. And perhaps they just might. Tonight, BNN investigates the FreeFolk. So stay tuned, and perhaps you can help solve a mystery. All right. Where do we even begin? First,
How about from the beginning?
I guess. So last week, John Steele got in touch with me and told me that he had been fighting with David Sereni's pagan co-host, as John Steele tends to do, because John Steele's a bit of a dick. And there was some messages back and forth. John Steele interpreted it as a threat, both physical and perhaps paranormal. And David Serini, who sent the messages, claimed that they were not intended that way. Both those streams are up on my channel if you want to hear both sides of that. This, however, piqued my interest in this FreeFolk organization that Hadroon is involved in. And so I wanted to learn more about it. So I went to the website. And I think I had checked out the website before. I'd heard of it. I go through the website, and I wasn't quite satisfied with feeling like I really walked away from this knowing what the freefolk.org does, or believes. So I emailed them, and I said, would one of you like to come on my stream and explain the nature of your organization to me? I'd be interested to know exactly what's going on here. And I made no illusions about wanting to join. Some people claim otherwise. I can show screen caps of the messages. I made no illusions about wanting to join. I said I heard this organization pitched on David Sereni's live stream before. I've gone through the website. It still doesn't really, I still don't really understand what this organization is really all about, and I'd like to speak to somebody to learn more on a live stream. Hadroon emailed me back. I didn't even know that I was going to get in touch with Hadroon. I emailed the site, and Hadroon emailed me back. Was very polite, but she said that she would like to know more about my channel. She would like to know more about the scope of the interview. And what I particularly found, shall we say, odd, was the comment that, quote, sharing super chats is customary, unquote. I don't know where that's customary, other than perhaps the made-up religion of FreeFolk that came about in 2006. I don't know where else that's customary. But nonetheless, that was a bit of a red flag. But she also mentioned to me that I could email this separate email about what's called a moot, which is an online meetup. And I thought, well, okay, that if that's where I find the info, then that's where I'm heading. So I go over and I email the moot and say, I would like some I would like some information on the moot, please. I get the automated email saying, oh, thank you for your interest or whatever. But then I get an email, or not email, I get a Skype message from Davis that night asking me why I was interested in the moot. And I told him I'd like to know more about this group. And we had a bit of a back and forth. I'm not going to put Skype logs on blast, but we had a bit of a back and forth. And he believed that I was going to just try and make them look bad. Why am I throwing shade at an ally? To which I responded, how do I know this is an ally if I don't know what they're doing? Also, I'd like to point out, I was not aware that Arini was this deep into this. I haven't really been listening to his show lately. And I figured it was just, he was just letting his co-host pimp her dumb shit. But no, apparently Davis is one of now 3 people that run this organization. It's him, Hadroon, and Berberker. I don't know how to pronounce these people's made up pagan LARPy names. Okay, Davis was. I always call Hadroon the Hadron Collider because whatever. I like to joke around. I call Berboker like Furburger or something. Whatever. It's the internet. We like to take little stabs at each other. And Luke there with the dang memes. Davis was like, how dare you not get their names right? I'm like, come on, man. That's not their name. Okay. I'm not going to say Hadroon's name on the air, but I know what her name is. All right. She was fighting with a former PI here recently. I know what her fucking name is. Okay. And it's not Hadroon anymore than it's fucking Hadron Collider. All right. So I don't even know what the other guy's name is. Berborker, whatever. I do know, however, that he calls himself a priest of hell. And if you were to go to his Facebook page, there's a few Satanist things among his likes. Left Hand Path, Church of Satan, Satanism, Saints, just Facebook pages like that. So that's very interesting. So Davis, we had a second falling out. We had been back on, I guess, friendly terms after that live stream. I really was not interested in fighting with him. Yeah, I've taken shots at him because he's being kind of cringy and goofy. That doesn't mean I hate him. Whatever. I've never defined friendship as someone has to kiss my ass all the time and agree with me all the time and never bust my balls. I don't have any friends like that. I don't want any friends like that. Anyways, Davis was unhappy, and so we had a falling out again. Now, the thing about me is that doesn't make me want to investigate it less. That makes me want to investigate it more. That makes me want to know more about it. The fuck's going on here? For instance, one of the interesting things I said to Davis is, Davis told me that if I want to know more about it, I needed to speak to him in private, not on a live stream, not on the record. I don't understand why an organization's beliefs need to be only explained in private. Remember when the Scientology church got really mad at South Park for the simple fact that South Park put on blast what the fuck Scientology actually is? If you're worried about people knowing what your belief system actually is, it's probably not the best belief system. I don't know that there really is a concrete belief system to all this. This strikes me as sort of a right-wing version of the liberalist group. But let's try to be fair to it, shall we, folks? So, Luke, if you could bring it up, we are going to head over to freefolk.org. If you if you could freefolk.org, if you could bring that up on the page. Freefolk.org, Frith Folk and Fellowship. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing these wrong. I'm always bad with pronouncing shit. So the homepage, a European folk building effort. Welcome, Wazhal. Greetings in parentheses. Welcome to the Free Folk website, home of the Free Folk. Okay, a European folk building effort based in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Here, the visitor will find information about the Free Folk, our tribal offering, ethic, and belief, as well as general information about European culture, spirituality, and folkway. Want to get in touch with us? Email us. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for visiting. And there's a quote from Lord of the Rings here on the hero's journey, whatever. All right, so we're going to go back up, and we're going to check out the About Us, because that's what we're here for. We want to learn about the Free Folk organization. About Us. The Free Folk is a European folk building effort based in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We acknowledge the existence of a natural order governed by universal absolutes, parentheses, natural law, and seek to preserve and further the European people, their culture, spirituality, and folkway in accordance with nature and the principles of universal ethics. We subscribe to a belief in sacral kingship, tribal assembly, freedom of conscience, and sacredness of oaths. We subscribe to a belief in some word I don't know, meaning fate. Some other word I can't pronounce, meaning faith and fidelity. Some other word I can't pronounce, meaning custom and conduct.
Let me try. Weird, tarot, payao, and then you go on Frio.
Frio is that's like Fritos. Peace with the tribe. Griot, peace within or peace between tribes. Werowan, worthing. Gifting.
Sorry.
Holy shit, dude. Guest right and use of Wargild compensation. I am certain I butchered all of those. The philosophy of Free Folk is summarized in this motto: Firth, folk, and fellowship, meaning peace, tribe, and shared purpose. Well, okay, we're getting somewhere. Let's find out what that shared purpose is exactly. Religion. The Free Folk is not a religious group. Though the tribe honors the Germanic gods and goddesses, the pagan religion of the Germanic, Norse, Anglo-Saxons, and other indigenous peoples of Europe is practiced by some of the folk, religious affiliation or worship is not a requirement for membership. Magic and shamanism. The Free Folk embraces a belief in folk magic and shamanism, and some of our members are practitioners of these arts. So far I've gotten that it's a pagan group, but you don't have to be a pagan group because it's not totally a pagan group, but it's a pagan group. Am I following this right? Well, let's read on. Surely we can learn more. Organization. A circle of wisdom, tradition, and truth. The Free Folk is led at this time by the lady, who is the tribe's warder. The lady serves along or together with her consort as the spiritual head of the folk, and, in the absence of a king or ring of free men, the leader of its luck. The betrothed membership of the tribe is organized into 3 rings. These are the rings of fostermen, freemen, and witan. Again, I'm probably butchering a lot of words here, folks. All right. It's been a long time since I went through my high school Wicca phase, so a lot of this is either unfamiliar or a long time ago to me. The ring of fostermen is comprised of qualified learners who have sworn the fosterman's oath. This forms the outermost ring and non-voting membership of the folk. The ring of freemen is comprised of qualified members who have sworn the freeman's oath. This forms the middle ring of and voting membership of the folk. The ring of witan is comprised of those witan, wise ones, appointed by the king, or in his absence, a warder as his advisors and peers. This forms the innermost ring and wisdom of the folk. Membership. FreeFolk is a private community. As such, we do not consider petitions for membership from the general public. To be considered for membership, one must first become known to the folk through private referral or attendance at a FreeFolk event and be observed for a period of time. One must then secure the sponsorship of a freeman in good standing. In the absence of a betrothed membership, applications for sponsored membership are not being accepted at this time. It is our hope that within the enlistment of freemen, applications for sponsored membership will be considered in the future. Did you get a lot from that, Luke? Did you get a lot from that?
As far as I can tell, yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're learning. We're learning. All right. So we're making some progress here, folks. Making some progress. Okay. So moving on to Thu and Troth. Thu and Troth. Sorry. Thu and Troth. So Thu and Troth sound like a Dr. Seuss book. The Anglo-Saxon word through means usage, custom, habit, conduct, good manners. At the most basic level, through is defined of how we govern our behavior with respect to others, ourselves, others, and the greater community. The basis of through can be summarized in the 3 winds that take their name from the Win rune, which means joy, wisdom, worth mine, and wealth deal. It is from these 3 we believe all other virtues flow. So generosity, wisdom, and personal honor are from what all other virtues flow. Okay, I guess we're kind of getting somewhere. Additionally, the FreeFolk observe the thews of free right and right goodwill. Free right is the affirmation that no member may be compelled to do or take part in anything that he believes to be wrongful or unseemly. Right goodwill is the pure intention that FreeFolk members have towards one another. For the folk to prosper, we hold that the thoughts and actions of members towards one another be free of selfish motive. The Anglo-Saxon word troth means truth, faith, fidelity, pledge, covenant. Troth forms the basis of all bonds within the fellowship, that between kith, kin, freemen, and the sacral kingship, and the gods, and the folks. And the folk. We celebrate our troth in rituals that honor the gods, ancestors, whites, feast day, and one another. We hold the greatest of these rituals to be Simbo.
Okay, so we know they're polytheists.
Okay. All right. So, but no, you don't have to believe in those gods. You just, apparently we do these
but they aren't them though, so
but you don't, but yeah, you could just be, I guess, I don't know. Let's move on. Simbo.
Ah, nice and ordered for them.
Simba is a formal drinking ritual comprised of toasting, boasting, oath-taking, and the recitation of poetry or song and other forms of verbal expression. The symbol is composed of rounds or fools in which the horns which the horn of mead or ale is passed in a circle, each person saying his how or other appropriate verbal expression, drinking and passing the horn along. The Anglo-Saxon word "hal" means whole, entire, uninjured, healthy, well, sound, safe, genuine, straightforward. By ending our speech with "hal," we are attesting that which we have said is true and complete. All right, so we're having some drinking games. All right, I think we're leaning towards some LARPing here. The purpose of the symbol is great. Words spoken at symbol have a great power to them, imbued by the nature of the holy rite. Oath taking is a common part of the symbol, and it is considered to be especially meaningful and binding to take an oath before the gods and the folk during this rite. The rite not only connects us with gods and goddesses, but with our ancestors, our community, and to a degree with ourselves. Here we may express ourselves in a holy forum, allowing us to define our place in the folk as well as honor the gods and the goddesses. You know, I was told that this is not a pagan organization. This is not a cult. It is not even religious. And its membership is at this time mostly Christian/Catholic. It doesn't quite line up with what I'm reading. But we'll read on, and I'm sure there's logical explanations for those inconsistencies. A typical symbol consists of four speech given by the whatever. I'm so sick about stumbled over these words. God forgive me. Followed by three formal rounds: one of the gods, one for the gods, one for the ancestors, and one for the heroes. Is it the Marvel superheroes? I mean, I know Thor's probably involved in this. So, following the fourth speech, a welcoming is sometimes made to invite the witness of the gods, ancestors, and other spirits, living or dead. A symbol can have many more rounds than three, and those rounds are usually free from formality. Generally, any words that are proper and in keeping with the spirit of the holy gathering may be spoken during the open rounds. Free folk gather for symbol 3 times a year at summer finding on or around April 21st, winter nights on or around October 21st, and Yule on or around December 21st. Apparently, it's only 3 out of 4 seasons there. I don't know why the other 4th season is a redheaded stepchild here, but all right. These seasonal celebrations are accompanied by a ritual feast hosted by the whatever, and may also include gifting, poetry, and song. During this time, the custom of guest rite is observed for a period of 3 nights. Under the custom, a guest can expect to receive the hospitality and protection of his host. In exchange, the host can expect to receive the peace and good conduct of his guest. Feinings. The free folk conduct feinings 3 times a year for the purpose of gifting to the gods and goddesses, Halloween, and energy work. The events correspond with the feast day of summer finding, winter nights, and Yule, and are open to known and trusted god folk. Feinings are generally conducted on the eve of the observed feast day. So we know they got 3 holidays for 3 out of the 4 seasons, and they do a lot of rituals for the gods and the goddesses, and spirits living and dead. Let's move on to folk building. Folk building. Building from within. Folk building. Free folk is committed to building a strong and healthy folk. As part of this commitment, we make the following offerings available to the greater European community. Pub moot. The free folk offers pub moot as a primary form of community outreach. Attendance at pub moot is a great way to meet like-minded folk, learn about a tribal offering, and share a discourse about philosophy, politics, economics, evolutionary psychology, hero mythology, virtue, ethics, and other topics of interest. Pub moots are free and open to the public. Check our Facebook page for the next scheduled pub moot.
Oh, so they're evolutionary biologists or evolutionary psychologists.
Well, in all fairness, I lean towards evolutionary psychology too as one explanation for.
And well, just more insight to what these people stand for. So we have that.
Sure. And in all fairness, even if I was a literal creationist, I'd still hold a lot of the evolutionary psychology because even within literal creationism, there's still evolution within a kind. You know, there's still two people that became the many, many different breeds of humanity we see. So, anyways, keep up to date with Free Folk news and events by following us on Facebook. Well, we just might check that Facebook page out. I don't know on this one. The next page is Ida Shield. Ida Shield. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know what that is. But whatever it is, it's the home of Heidrun, Lady of the Free Folk, and the Mother Hall of the tribe. Its name is taken from the Anglo-Saxons words meaning Ides, meaning virgin, lady, queen, and hall, meaning hall. The hall is dedicated to the goddess Frio, and that includes feasting and symbol halls in addition to living and working spaces. In addition to living and working spaces. So is it perhaps a compound? And outside is a sacred enclosure with idols and stones hollowed to the gods and goddesses. Yeah, this sounds like a Christian organization, all right. Guests are received at idols hall at the seasonal tides of summer finding, winter nights, and Yule, and at other times periodically through the year. The lady, Heidrun, is the independent European folk builder. She founded the Free Folk in 2006, but the roots of the effort date back many years prior. Inspired by the religion, philosophy, and folk traditions of pagan Europe, Heidrun founded the Free Folk as a sanctuary, wherein those drawn to European culture and spirituality might experience the rituals and ways of the elder traditions in a spirit of peace and freedom. Heidrun received her ordination from the esoteric Interfaith Church in Granbury, Texas, and has been a practicing Vala, Circe's witch, for over 20 years. And then we just have a contact page where you can just go ahead and contact them.
20 years, eh?
So I don't know about you, but I didn't get a whole lot. I didn't get a whole lot from that. I got that it's a pagan group. I got that it's right-wing Wicca. I got that. Okay. But at the same time, it's funny because I was told by a third of their current leadership, from what I understand, that no, it's not a cult. It's not a pagan organization. It's not a religious organization at all. Well, I think 2 out of 3 of the of the people in this leadership might disagree with that. And as Meatloaf once said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So, okay. I don't. There's 3 possibilities here that I see from not just the website, but my interactions with the people involved, the little bits here and there that I've heard and seen. Supposedly, this organization wants to kind of form satellite tribes, as I understand it. And I believe a lot of this I'm inferring. I believe a lot of this that those tribes would then be paying dues to the main group. Okay, that's what I understand. That's as I'm understanding. If I am wrong about any of this, anyone involved in this can come on this stream. Hell, you can message me right fucking now, or some other time, and you can say, no, Bechtloff, you got this wrong because of X, Y, Z. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. So one possible explanation, I believe, for this, and it's quite possibly why at least one of the people is involved in it, is that there's a payday here. There's a multi-level marketing scheme at play. There's a pyramid scheme at play here. It's basically the liberalists. We're doing the same thing. Oh no, you go form your own liberalist party in your own country, in your own area, and believe whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. Just be liberalist and from what I understand, pay dues to whatever. I don't think Sargon got far enough to even fucking organize that, but I believe that was the plan. So the one possibility is that there's a simple payday involved in this. The other possibility is that this is let's not say cult. Let's be generous and say this is a pagan. This is a new pagan religion that has popped up. You know, I'm a big old Christ fag, so as far as I'm concerned, anything outside of cult, anything outside of Christ is basically a cult from where I'm standing. It's all false religion outside of Christ. So I'm a big old Christ fan or Christ fag. That's a big old position I take. This is just a pagan group that they just want to revive paganism. They want to paint their dicks blue and dance in the woods. They want to have right-wing Wicca. Okay. The other explanation, well, let me put it this way. The explanation that this is just a pagan group. No, it's not, as I've been told, an irreligious group. It's not, that's not what it is. It's obviously a religious group. It's a pagan group. Now, whether that's just a bunch of goofy LARPers painting their dicks blue in the woods, whether that's something much darker and more malicious, I don't know. We got 1/3 of these people calling themselves a priest of hell, and Satanist shit all over his Facebook page. So
HEL.
Well, yeah, HEL. I'm sorry, the Norse hell, I guess. I don't know, but there's Satanist shit all over his fucking Facebook page. Okay. Those are the explanations. This sort of vague explanation that we're building tribes and it's about saving Western civilization for people that believe in virtue trademark, that doesn't fly. That's obviously, because first of all, that's nothing. That's not an explanation. That's not anything. Okay. We believe in virtue. Well, everyone says they fucking believe in virtue. Everybody claims to believe in virtue. Everybody believes in what they think virtue is. We believe in virtue. Well, what the fuck does that mean? Who's defining virtue in here? The fucking Sabrina the middle-aged witch? Is she defining virtue? Is the fucking dude with Satanist shit all over his Facebook page defining virtue? Who's defining virtue in this group? Is the Catholic defining virtue? Is this an instance where the Catholic is trying to usurp a pagan organization? I don't know. I can't get an explanation from these people. But when I have people telling me that they're being threatened with magic fucking spells, my curiosity is piqued. And when I ask questions and I get stonewalled, or I'm told that I'm fucking CNN and I'm a shady journalist because I had a basic question. I want to know what the FreeFolk is, does, and believes. Davis sent me an article on something called passivism, which is some NRX navel gazing bullshit off this article that, like, it's 2014 again. We're back on the NRX shit. We're back on the neo-reactionary bullshit. Where it's like, see, because activism is left-wing. This is passivism. And it's a bunch more of that do fucking nothing horse shit that the NRX pushed. I don't know what the hell any of this is. I really don't. I went. People have sent. Somebody just sent me just now. People have sent on the Wayback Machine. Um, the FreeFolk organization has indeed been around. That website's been around since 2006, and at least a couple of times the Wayback Machine has archived some major changes to the front page, which I find weird because this website looks like it was made in 1999. It looks very Web 1.0. Um, I don't know what any of this is. All I know is I got a really nasty pushback um, for asking some questions here. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misinterpreting all this, and people can explain to me how I'm wrong. Um, but I'm told there's more Christians than pagans in this organization. Well, you all need to get out of this organization. This is not. This is a pagan organization that's worshiping old pagan gods.
This isn't honorable to Christ.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you should not familiarize yourself with the old pagan religions of Europe. There's a lot to learn from them. If you're a white man like me, that's a piece of your heritage, and it's worth knowing. I don't believe in a Christianity that tries to destroy the past, pave over it, and I don't believe, like, you see the Muslims out in the Middle East right now, and then they're fucking knocking down the pyramids and shit like that. I don't believe in doing that kind of shit. Um, you know, maybe some stuff doesn't belong in the town square; it belongs in the museum. But the past is to be remembered and honored. Um, but these gods, they're not real. Okay, these are false religions, and I don't think Christians should be involved in this. Um, I like, we got the Goofy memes, and all this stuff, and I was gonna, I had the funny little intro at the beginning, and I was gonna really make all kinds of fucking fun of this shit. Um, I don't really feel like it anymore. This is a lot less fun and a lot more sad, a lot more pitiable. And I want to be done with this now. That's kind of why I rushed this. I was intending to wait another week for this, um, to give Hadroon more time to decide to come on, but she's not going to come on. She's not going to come on. And maybe she'll prove me wrong on that, but she's not going to come on. And I decided, let's just do this week. Let's get this behind us. I kept saying I was going to do it. There's too many times in my YouTube past that I've said I was going to do something, and then I had no fucking idea how to go about it, and I didn't end up doing that topic or whatever, or that video, because I'm a retard and I don't know how to make videos and stuff like that. So I was like, I said I was going to do that. Let's fucking do it. Let's get this over with. Let's put this fucking topic in the rear view. So John Steele wanted to come on, and because he is sort of the person that got me sniffing down this trail. So I'm gonna let him hop in. He might have some last piece, and then I'm probably just gonna wrap this up for tonight, folks. This is obviously a shorter video than normal. I get that. It's a shorter Saturday stream. You're not getting your full 2 hours entertainment. I know. Maybe I'll stream tomorrow night. I might do something with the Fallen Angel guys too. Maybe I'll do a weeknight stream to make up for this week, whatever. Like, this is funny, but it's also not. All right. It's also just a lot of goofiness, a lot of, I don't know. I don't know what, I don't know what, like I said, I don't know. I don't know what to make of any of this. Um, Luke, go ahead and take the one meme down. Go back to investigate. Because it's not. It got a lot less funny recently. John Steele, what's on your mind?
Well, the first thing I want to say is do either one of you have anything you want to ask me? And not just the two of you. Is there anything that anyone asks in the chat that you think is pertinent that should be asked of me?
Well, I mean, I know, like, I don't want to get into any kind of personal information on anybody, but I mean, is there anything else? I don't know. Is there anything else about this organization you think is worth noting? I'm kind of the mindset that it's a lot of goofy larpers. Is the explanation I'm leaning towards? Um,
Yeah,
it's
it
sort of
probably.
just
I don't have any insight into the inner workings of this group. To be honest, I think you know more about it than I do. I mean, I did investigating on this on the people involved because there was a threat made to me, and when that happens, I do what I do.
well, the point is, I don't know anything about this. I'm looking at this and it looks goofy. It looks possibly shady, and I'm speculating, is what I'm doing.
Right.
And what looks really shady about it, because at first it just looked goofy, but what looked shady about it was the let's share super chats thing seemed a bit shady, but then B, just the pushback I got. And it could mean nothing. That could have been more just that Davis and I have been button heads lately. That might have nothing to do with the other two.
Well, yeah, I think that's kind of like the elephant in the room that people are, that hasn't been talked about right now. I mean, basically, no one would know or care about this organization except of Davis's involvement, the degree of which I don't think we properly ascertained, although I think it was more than both of us thought it was.
Yeah, I did not know he was this deep involved in it at all. Yeah, I didn't realize that at all. Look, like I said, I wanted to bang this topic out of the way because I want to put it in the world in the rear view. I want to put this whole topic in the rear view because it's not as fun as I thought it would be.
And we do mean all of it.
Yeah, I'm done with this mess. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Folks, I hope this was entertaining. I know it's sort of emotionally petered out at the end, but what can I say? It's been one of those rides. If you enjoy the content I put out, you can just go ahead and check out the Streamlabs down below. You can check out the tip jar down below, all that good stuff. And you know what? I should real quick check to see if anybody did do the Streamlabs, because sometimes people do, although people don't like to use the Streamlabs as much. Yeah, I know it's a little less convenient than the Google stuff, and it's not looking like anything. Hang on. Sorry, folks. Got this coming up, and see if anybody made any Streamlabs. Come on. Yes, come on. Yes, I want to log in for the third time here. All right, doesn't look like anybody said anything tonight. All right, so folks, what the hell time is it? All right, so I will be back on the Bechtloff channel for the Halloween show, Halloween night. That'll be at 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll be just discussing a lot of horror movies, a lot of fun on the bun stuff. And I'll probably do another stream this week to just make up for how short the Saturday show was. And next Saturday, we will be back on the regular goofy Saturday kind of show.
Good old fun.
Yeah, back to some fun. Back to some damn fun. We're gonna have some fucking fun online. All right.
I know
And
this is off topic, but yeah, a couple days I was looking back at the old streams, and I remember, the funniest one. We talked about Pokemon Go, and they found a coffin in the Holocaust Museum.
that was hilarious, especially because in Pokemon Go, the like the Pokemon that appear are supposed to be like the area you're at. Like if you're by a river, you see water Pokemon. So you're at the Holocaust Museum and you see a poisonous gas one. That's hilarious. And you know the Japanese don't care. They might have done that on purpose. All right. So that's about all I got for tonight, folks. I want to thank you all for listening. And like I said, we'll be back on track with some better content here soon. And yeah, that's about all we got for tonight, folks. Short night, I know, but sorry for that. And Bechtloff out.